My name is Mark Furigai. I'm the creator and founder of Classroom Jams, an educational record label and publishing house set to launch. I'm here seeking $250,000 for a 10% stake in the company. As a teacher in Chicago Public Schools, I saw a very huge need for teaching tools that actually worked. No matter what resources we had, kids kept failing, and teachers kept burning out. One day, when I was really struggling to get kids interested in Shakespeare, a student of mine summed up the problem perfectly. She said, "Mr. Furigai, why can't you give us something we can relate to?" I took those words to heart. The next day, I came in with a song. I'll play you just the first verse. It's called The Jubilee of Juliet, Part 1. The Jubilee of Juliet hasn't even started yet. Forget the party on tonight. Yo, there's gonna be a fight. Can you feel the feeling yet? A fiery Tybalt Capulet. See Tybalt hated Montagues, the family and the feeling too. Well, the kids loved it.
That was really good.
Thank you.
That was really good.
I'm going to make you rich, I think, but you're going to have to really think this through. We form a new company. We own it. It's a publishing company for you. Just like a great artist, you're going to make a royalty. We take all the rights into the new co. We fund it with $250,000, all used for marketing. Nobody gets anything yet because we want to recoup that money before you start making, in perpetuity for the rest of your life, 5%.
5% feels quite small.
In perpetuity? Forever? The model of royalties is a great deal for you. Why aren't you jumping all over this?
I'll give you the $250,000. I'll give it to you on my own.
Just before you make that move, maybe your other deal's going to evaporate. Just like a dog with a bone in his mouth looking at a reflection in a river. You better make sure, before you open your mouth, the bone doesn't drop out here. You'll be
He's
alone.
not going to do the deal. He's not stupid.
I didn't hear that yet.
I mean, I went along with it because I thought, sure, if he does the deal, I'm happy to go along with it, but he's not going to do the deal.
Are you going to let that bone drop out of your mouth? Because maybe I'll evaporate on that. Obviously, I'm getting cut out in Robert's scenario, and that really makes me quite unhappy, Mark.
I'm less interested in just one. I like the idea of having 5 resources.
Wisdom.
Now I'm offended. What's wrong with me?
Nothing is wrong with you, Robert. I really like the idea of having 5 business partners.
You know what, Mark? Forget that. This is just way too complicated for me. I'll give you $250,000. I get 51%, you get 49%.
You gotta be kidding. What happened there?
Robert has just sweetened his deal by offering Mark $250,000 in exchange for a 51% stake.
You've just seen green. That's what you've seen, Barb. You've seen a guy screw his partners. That's what happened here.
Yeah, but
and I won't forget this, Robert. And you know what?
Do you need a hug, Kevin?
You're not going to get any
need a
help
hug?
from me on this deal.
Right, yeah.
Mark, you have to start making a decision. Which one?
That was why I wanted to take notes.
You know, the big risk is you're going to walk out the door singing the blues in E.
You know what the big risk is? I'm going to say I'm out in less than a minute. We've been here for way too long.
It's getting
with
more
too many
complicated.
deals.
Yeah,
it's getting way too
if
complicated.
stuff is not
and I'm a
simple,
simple guy.
I'm
I just want to make money.
I really like the idea of having 5 business partners.
Mark rejected Robert's offer in hopes of securing a deal with all 5 sharks together.
Can you re-describe what your new company would look like?
Okay, one more time with feeling. You don't even have to write this down. It's this simple. We fund a NewCo with $250,000, of which we own it. As soon as we recover our $250,000, which could be the first month, you start making 5% for the rest of your life on sales, regardless of what our costs are. And in addition to that, anything else you create, you also make 5%.
He has no equity.
Has no equity. If
Okay.
you want to,
After
if you
we've
want to-
recovered the $250,000 investment, we let him use his royalty stream to acquire the equal equity amongst ourselves.
That makes sense to me. That's real dollars for real
Is
equity.
that
'cause by
something you
then,
consider, Mark?
That would be something I would consider, but I would like the royalties to be much higher to be able to attain equity much more quickly. Can we do 8.5%?
no.
Okay, so it
Mark,
was,
are you sure you're just an English teacher, or really did you do an MBA and you just didn't tell us?
I'm sure I am.
He looks like an English
I'm an
teacher.
English teacher.
Because you're trying to drive a deal that's impossible to get in this room or anywhere else on earth.
Do we have a deal? Yes or no?
Let's go into business.
All right. Mark, congratulations. Great idea, man.
The golden ticket goes to my favorite product.
I've made you a good offer.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is the winner.
Riding all the way to the bank, baby.
You've come to the right place.